God has provided comebacks in my life, such as when it seemed academically and financially impossible for me to go to seminary. None of the circumstances were in my favor, and I was sometimes tempted to quit trying. I didn't have the money, and I didn't have the grades. And the school I wanted to attend was one that rarely admitted African Americans at that time. It would have been easy to give up and lower my goals, but God provided a comeback. Though I was only accepted on probation, I worked hard. And with God's help, I turned around my academic record. I eventually graduated with honors and became the first African American to graduate from Dallas Theological Seminary with an earned doctoral degree. Now, with God's deliciously ironic way of doing things, I am overseeing a worldwide media ministry and online training center for pastors and lay leaders. Part of enjoying my own comeback is helping make one available for others. The Tony Evans Training Center offers high-quality courses in Bible, theology, and Christian living with the goal of developing kingdom disciples. TonyEvansTraining.org. Comebacks don't seem likely when your back is up against the wall and your hope is depleted. But if you will stay the course, you will discover God's power to reverse the irreversible in your life. It is my hope that the principles and truths in these chapters will equip you with the mindset you need to experience the comeback you need. God is the God of second and third and fourth chances. He can turn things around on a dime. Look to Him always. Honor Him first, and then watch Him blow your mind. Remember, our God can hit a bullseye with a crooked stick. Part 1. Examples of comebacks. Chapter 1. Think different. Apple hasn't always been the dominating tech company it is today, wrapping its brand around the world and penetrating diverse cultures. This innovation leader hasn't always been able to expect customers to stand in line for days before the release of a new product, sleeping in blankets on sidewalks just to secure that coveted first buy. At one time, the media predicted Apple was destined for failure. They also assaulted its eccentric leader, Steve Jobs, with critical review after critical review. Those who followed stock advisors' sound advice to buy low and sell high could have bought plenty of low-priced Apple stock at one time. In 1997, the future looked bleak for this unique computer company that targeted creative users rather than the typical upper-class demographic. IBM owned the general market and shaped the mindset for the computer savvy at the time. IBM's watchword, "Think," had been rolled out in million-dollar campaigns aimed at capturing the entire market for personal gadgets. In 1999, IBM would roll out yet another campaign, this time expanding its aim to small businesses with the tagline, "Solutions for a Small Planet." Yet the price tag of that campaign wasn't small, costing IBM more than $40 million when all was said and done. But by then, it would be too late. In 1998, Apple introduced the iMac. But many observers agree that it wasn't primarily this revolutionary new product that transformed Apple's reputation. Instead, IBM fell from premier to paltry in many customers' minds because the previous year, Apple challenged the world to do more than think. Rather, they challenged each of us to think different. But how was this new? After all, Apple had always been different. Its history and founders were considered rebellious, arrogant, and ostentatious. That branding style had proven to be a negative in the past, so why would thinking different be so appealing now? Different succeeded this time because some clever marketing minds helped us all to see different in a new light. They did this by couching different in the context of world-changing history. The campaign's leader described his idea this way. Martin Luther King was seen as a troublemaker before he was universally seen as a saint.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.